Welcome to Call to Arms Gates of Hell. In this series, we will take a look at different campaigns and mini-series with various settings and times as we partake in different battles with characters and stories helped created by you. I would like for you to let me know what kind of characters you come up with, including their names and even surnames if so desired. If you are not that creative, you can just give me a name and I will make a background story and lore for that character and bring them to life on the battlefield. But you can also, of course, make your own background story for your character, and I will implement that in the series as well. Just be aware that this game can be very brutal, and your character might end up with a very unceremonious and sudden death. But that is of course what makes it exciting and thrilling. So I hope to see a varied cast of characters created by you. For this particular miniseries, it will be a World War II campaign shown from the Soviet perspective, so please create your characters with that in mind. Later on, we will do other settings and modern times as well, so that you will have a bit of an easier time to create characters for me to play with. Once again, if you are not that good at creating stories or background lore, giving me just the name of a character is fine, and I will make a story and history for it. With the large Soviet assault underway, multiple battles unfolded across the entire city. At the western outskirts, the openness invited armor units from both sides to clash, hopefully providing an armor flank to turn the tide in the battle for this city. Instead of one side defending or attacking, both sides headed straight for one another, ready to spill blood. Many tank crews took part in this gigantic battle. One such tank was being driven by Mikhail Karpurshin. Initially, he had foreseen himself a career in the Navy, but due to the sudden outbreak of the war, got caught up and ended up inside one of the many tanks. His commander was a man by the name of Alexander Watson, an American with Russian roots who volunteered to be sent over to the Eastern Front. Being that he was raised in America had resulted in him receiving the nickname Cowboy, and the tank that he and his men commandeered was labeled the Goliath. Alright, hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Call to Arms Gates of Hell. Today we have a large-scale armor battle ahead of us. Of course, played with characters and their background stories created by you. In the previous video, many more of you sent me new characters with their background stories, so please keep on doing so. If you don't know a good story about your character, just the character's name is enough as well, and I will make a story for that character. Alright, many armor units are already spotted on the horizon. They're way in the open. We're on the left flank here, which is the most dangerous one. If we can just cripple them, if we can hit their tracks, make them sitting ducks, that's a huge savior. Just lost one of our tanks over there. A lot of infantry there as well. Machine gunners doing work here. Now these buildings are giving me a little bit of cover. That was a beautiful shot. See that the soldiers are using me as cover as well. Which is fine, I'll stick around a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna move. Don't want to hit any one of our troops. Trying to hit them a little bit at the rear, which is difficult from this angle. Of course, their front is very well armored. Uh-oh. Turret is moving towards me. If I can just damage the turret, that's also fine. They are smoking. There we go. That was enough to deal with them. Alright, let's assess a little bit the situation here on the right flank. You can see a lot of Germans there, a lot of tanks over there in the distance. Oh, that was one of our tanks that just exploded. I'll put my back a little bit to the Germans here. It's not the safest, but... Gotta get on a different angle here. Alright, Trek's broken. But we're going to stick here. Might have damaged the turret. I did. Come on, a little faster. There we go. That ricocheted off. Hull's destroyed. I hope this thing won't blow up. I'm afraid it will, though. There's not a lot we can do here. Gun is broken. Alright, there's not a lot we can do. They will try to repair it, but also retreat back to the safer lines. The Goliath was unfortunately bested. The crew was rattled and bloodied, but managed to escape and had to leave their tank behind. Later on, when the dust had settled, they would return to pick up the pieces and get their baby up and running once more. The battle itself was also fierce when it came to infantry combat. Especially inside all the rubble and ruins, it was a brutal fight that occurred. One of the soldiers that had witnessed this battle was Alexander Suvorov. His father actually had connections and worked in one of Stalin's summer cottages. When his son Alexander was drafted into the army, he tried to use those connections to get him out of there, but instead, it backfired. To make an example of anyone trying to abuse their power, Alexander was sent over to the front lines. Alright, here we are now actually as one of the infantrymen inside the village. Looks like immediately our tanks are getting a beating of the next wave. Most of the danger, I think, is coming from the right flank. Good thing here, though, is that we have a lot of cover for the buildings. Now, the weapon that I have, I cannot use it at a long distance. You can already see the Germans there on the horizon. I have to wait a little bit. There we go. Give them a nice Soviet welcome. They're heading into the trenches. Yeah, I'm hitting them a little bit, but I'm not really doing a lot of damage. There we go, killed an officer. Reload again. Oh, there are a lot of German soldiers here. They're at a great disadvantage here because they have to get from the open field and seek cover there, whereas we are already in the cover. My unit is actually getting hit. Oh, actually, heal real quick. Each unit again has one chance to heal. If they get wounded again, they'll be out for that episode. They won't be dead, so we might see them return in upcoming episodes. Fierce tank battles going on. Look how many tanks there are on this side. I'm at an angle where I can hit him. See, this is what's so cool about Call to Arms and Men of War, is that you can have these epic, tank battles, but at the same time also have these tense infantry battles in the streets amongst the buildings. Looks like most of the attention has now indeed focused on our right side. Using this tank as cover. Reloading at the moment. There we go. Oh. Okay, I'm wounded again. I'll actually retreat with this character. Let me in! Alexander was hurt bad. He managed in the end to get to a medic and be treated, but he had lost a lot of blood along the way. On the left flank, the soldiers of both sides also kept sending in wave after wave. One such soldier was Dasmir Mayer. He came from a simple family, growing up on a farm, but he had a happy existence. That happiness was disturbed when the Germans came and shot his 2 sons and wife in front of his eyes. He has vowed revenge ever since, and has proven a very capable shot. Alright, we're here on the left flank, where it's not necessarily that dangerous when it comes to the enemy tanks, but there are still an obscene amount of enemy infantry that are coming towards us. In all honesty, too many for only our infantry to deal with. We really need the machine gunners of the tanks themselves. Good thing about this soldier, or this weapon, is that I can fire from a lot longer distance. You see more tanks are heading towards our right flank. They must have realized that they cannot win this battle out in the open like this here. So they are actually using the cover from the larger buildings themselves as well on the right side. A lot of smoke, a lot of fire coming from that side. Again, when it comes to the enemy armor, we got the left side down. Might want to move some machine gunners over here to deal with all these units. I am hitting them, but not necessarily giving any killing blows. There are some trenches right out there. Could be utilized. Dangerous to head there alone, though. Still losing tanks of our own. Might also be that just their stronger Panzer units are on the right side. Might not even be a quantitative thing. Alright. Oh, I killed that guy. Another one down. He's down. Look at that. This guy's doing work. Getting hit though. HP is still okay. Whoa! Oh. Oh, that was one of theirs. A lot of very capable soldiers in our episode today. Taking on a lot of enemies. Oh my god, that crew is absolutely screwed. Let's see if we can save them. Come on, boys, retreat. They're sticking too much to the tank. Their characters might be frenzied or scared. Alright, looks like our boys are fully pushing forward. That's a good sign. So we got him on the run. Oh, there are still a few that are definitely capable of killing us, though. Dasmir was one of the survivors of this battle, as he continued to pick off any stragglers he could find along the center and left side. At the right flank, the Germans still had a hold over a choke point due to the amount and types of panzers they had unleashed there. Any Soviet tank still operational would move towards this right side in the hopes to break through the armor's defenses. One tank was under the supervision of Kapitan Jarosz, and the main driver was Leon Vladimir. The turret was manned by Vladimir Khrushchev, a man who, like many others, grew up on a farm and had a hand for engineering, always fixing his dad's truck before heading to university to study and get a degree in engineering. After he graduated and the war broke out, he joined the army initially to repair trucks and other equipment, but through various events landed up as part of a tank crew. Vladimir and Khrushchev had witnessed a lot of horrible things during their short career as a tank crew, but Jarosz always made sure that their morale was high. Alright, here we are now on the upmost edge of our right flank. Things are going okay on our left side, but on the right side, we still got that choke point with a lot of German armor. There, we lost just another tank of ours. I'm gonna see if I can get an angle here. A lot of enemy infantry alive here as well. So this would be a great ambush spot. I'm gonna wait a little bit, see if the armor will move forward. If not, I might move a bit more to the right myself, see if I can get an angle on him. Alright, let's see what we can do. Yeah, there you can see the armor. A lot of it too, even on the hill at the back. Oh! I think I destroyed the turret. Yeah, it's broken. Let's see if we can just cripple it. There we go. Track broken. Alright, I'm gonna leave those guys to either our infantry or some other tank. Oh, here comes another tank. Oh, that's a dangerous one. It's powerful. Lost our commander. Come on, I'm at a good angle. Wow! Oh my god. Holy shit. That was... Man, if this crew survives it, they deserve a medal. Even the commander. Post honors. Crap. Shit, it's going to hunt for me. That was an incredible shot. I am still amazed by that. That was incredible. come on, come on, come on. I did some damage there. Oh. Oh, track broken. Track broken. Repair. Okay, hold on. These guys are heroes. They're not leaving just yet. Still operational. The heroic stand of the tank crew resulted unfortunately into their deaths. They could have run, but decided to stay and hopefully take care of the enemy armored beast. Yet despite their death, they dealt an incredible blow to the enemy on the right side, giving the rest of the Soviets the chance to seal their victory. Among the soldiers still fighting was Service Corlin, a Norwegian who fled to the east after his country capitulated. He had already witnessed battles in Norway, making him quite battle-hardened and a great addition to the army. Alright, well, these soldiers might not know it, but because of that heroic crew on the right flank, we pretty much sealed the deal. We already displayed dominance on our left side, but we took out some of the strongest armor units over there on the right. The one that actually killed that Soviet tank crew might still be able to fire, but I'm pretty sure it's not able to move. See some enemies in the background. Oh, we got some German soldiers in the trenches. Let's clear them out. And reload. I'm not able to fire. I don't know why. It was very weird. Don't know if that was like a little bug or not. I personally just want to get into the trench here. There we go. Yeah, the German soldiers basically are fleeing. The tanks that are still operational are doing their last stance, which is valiant, honorable, but they will make it. Yeah, see, they're just fleeing. We'll just leave them for, oh. What am I being hit by? Is that one tank that... Yeah, it is. Look at that. That's the one that killed that Soviet tank crew. I still hear some German soldiers. Not too sure if some of them are still in the tanks, hiding. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. This is for Mother Russia. Oh! Wow, that did a lot more damage than I first thought. At first I thought I was a little bit anticlimactic, but, well, there you go. Justice for that tank crew. Alright guys, and with that, we actually secured this village. I have to say, this went a lot better than I expected. I have to say that I actually recorded this battle already once before, but then unfortunately had an audio issue with the microphone. So I have to do this battle over again. And I can tell you that we lost at least 3 more during that first take. So in that sense, it went very, very well this time. I think we only lost that tank crew, and that tank crew is, man, we need to remember those guys because they did amazing. As did pretty much all of them. Everybody killed a lot of enemies. This guy took out that tank. All these soldiers are true heroes. The battle for the city ultimately was won, and by gaining a victory on the western outskirts, the rest of the tanks that were still operational could now move in and take the city as a whole.